Me traps are all a jangle in an easy swing and tangle. I'm settin' in a circle, keepin' round a fringe of trees. I'm mud and gory splattered, and me clobber's torn and tattered. I'm trampin' through the bushland, wet grass up to the knees. And I'm under no man's orders, I recognise no borders, but there's a welcome everywhere for me in my old dungarees. I am the rabbit trapper, that canny bunny snapper. I'm happy as the bunnies till I fall for one of these. And it's a fairly fresh old morning, I can hear the cuckers calling as I jingle through the bushland in my old dungarees. And these bunnies that I'm stopping, they fairly keep me hopping, and I think I'll have a smoko when I get up to the trees. While you blokes are courting tabbies, I'm out among the rabbies. I can hear 'em buck and squealing a dozen traps ahead. While you blokes at the pub are flirting at the last traps, I am certain to be bagging up me bunnies, keeping tally as I tread. And I'm under no man's orders, and I recognise no borders, but there's a welcome everywhere for me in my old dungarees. I am the rabbit trapper, that canny bunny snapper. I'm happy as the bunnies till I fall for one of these. Come on, blue old cobber, I gotta get on decent clobber. So it's time we got to move on, there's someone I got to see. Gee up, ginger, we'll make the railway early. There's a shy and dinkum girlie, and she'll juggle with the cream cans and write checks out for me.
us all together and to pay off the loan. Well, it's just like hitting your head against the wall. We never seem to get anywhere at all. I know someday that it's all gonna end, and we'll be dancing in the rain when it falls again. Hitting your head against the wall, we never seem to get anywhere at all. I know someday that it's all gonna end, and we'll be dancing in the rain when it falls again. Well, it's just like hitting your head against the wall, we never seem to get anywhere at all. I know someday that it's all gonna end, and we'll be dancing in the rain when it falls again. We'll be dancing in the rain when it falls again.
Ludwig will now sing a great new Australian ballad. 1, 2, 3. From Jindabyne Tunnel and round Island Bend, we boys go to Cooma, our money to spend. And we'll buy yours one beer there if you happen to see.
4 Italians, 3 Germans, 2 Yugoslavs and me. Now we may not be diggers, but we'll have you know, we're digging the tunnels up here in the snow.
It's dark in that tunnel and the work she is rough. By the time it hits payday we all have enough. So we rush into Cooma to have us one spree.
4 miners, 3 fitters, 2 chippies and me.
Come in, Mikhailovich.
We pull up in Sharp Street by the Alpine Hotel. If you've been to Cooma, you know this place well. And before we get inside, are ordering out
4 vinos, 3 schnapses, 2 Slivovich, 1 stout.
Sing up, Giuseppe.
Well, I guess we got a noisy, don't no harm did we mean, singing O Sole Mio and Lily Marlene. Some Aussies went to croaker cause they didn't agree with 4
singing, 3 marching, 2 dancing and me. Now we may not be diggers, but we'll have you know, we're digging your tunnels up here in the snow.
The barman stood up then with a snarl on his face. He said,
You Europeans, you're a flipping disgrace. Stop drinking those queer drinks if you want to stop here. Become integrated, drink our Aussie beer.
So we switched on to schooners and to the bars cheers, sang
Waltzing Matilda and clip gold shears.
for hours and hours without any cease, till the sudden arrival of the Cooma police.
Now we may not be diggers, but we'll have you know, we're regular swiggers up here in the snow.
In a furious moment, the whole bar was cleared, and no sign remained of those Aussies that cheered. So the coppers locked up, saying unfair, you'll agree.
4 Italians, 3 Germans, 2 Yugoslavs and me.
Now we're back in that tunnel as broke as can be, for it cost us a fortune to bail ourselves free. But before you start laughing, let me make it clear, it was worth it, Australia, for the sake of your beer. For we may not be diggers, but we'll have you know, we dig our beer
Up here in the snow.
Luigi and Mary Lou, Tom, Dick and Harriet, Dimitri too. On the platform in the Melbourne rain, waiting to board that Vickers train. Hubert Crisis, Bay of Pigs, Dimitri's handing out the cigs. Anything's better than the old doll queue, said Louis to Mary Lou. Hit Mildura in the early morn, 15 nations in the bleary dawn. Sign language in the station yard, striking a deal was not too hard. Year after year the same pickers came, Blockies called their family names. Batista, Marotta, how you doing my son? Hands were shaken and a deal was done. Pietro sat me on his knee, he taught me the Italian for 1, 2, 3. His wife was sick, they wouldn't let her go, she and the kids were in Palermo. Pietro taught me to ride a bike, he taught me what true friendship's like. Picking and spending that time with me meant cash to send to his family. Rita lived on the picking trail, she'd follow the harvest around by rail. She could pick faster than any man could, Mick fetched the buckets like a good man should. Who'll forget the day their child was born? Rita was picking next day at dawn. The baby's in a cradle at the end of the row, she'd feed the child, then on she'd go. Saturday night, the picking's done, time for a dance and a bit of fun. Waltzing, kissing, rock and roll, until the drinking took its toll. Then it's back to Melbourne for another year, say goodbye, maybe shed a tear. Arrange to meet the same place again, see you next year on the Vickers train. The Vickers train. The Vickers train.
Rivers are dry across the land, and the farmers' fields have turned to sand, 'cause the rain hasn't come for 2 years, almost 3. The topsoil's gone with a hot north wind, the crops won't grow and rust set in, and the cruel south wind of winter brought no relief. And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before, and as the night goes on and the conversations die, but the battlers don't give up, it's written on their hands and in their eyes, and the spirit of the land survives. On Saturday nights at the Royal Hotel, Hank the Dutchman plays guitar, he sings country and western favourites and requests. It used to be his second job, a bit of a laugh or a couple of bob. Now it's all he's got, 'cause his crops all died in thirst. So he spent his savings on cattle and sheep, he got some credit, got in too deep, but stock won't graze on pastures turned to salt. And then he tried to get work as a travelling man, town where things are cheap. And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before. And as the night goes on and the conversations die, but the battlers don't give up. It's written on their hands and in their eyes, and the spirit of the land survives. Schools all run down, the roof's rusted and the paint's peeling. The playground's just a dust bowl, not a spot of green. But kids still kick their footballs, sending dust clouds to the sun. And it's good to know the drought can't spoil the fun. And in the cricketers' lounge, late at night, where the cockies talk and the shearers fight, their wives drink shandies 'cause they'll be driving home. Talk to sellers round the price of wheat, the lack of rain and the lack of sleep. 'Cause credit's stretched and it won't stretch anymore. And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before. And as the night goes on and the conversations die, but the battlers don't give up. It's written on their hands and in their eyes. And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before. And as the night goes on and the conversations die, but the battlers don't give up. It's written on their hands and in their eyes, and the spirit of the land survives.
Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell you of me plight. For at the time of writing, I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deathly grey, and I write this note to say why Murphy's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear, but to toss them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he is an awkward sod. He said I'd have to cart them down the ladders in me hod. Now shifting all those bricks by hand, it was so very slow, so I hoisted up a barrel and secured a rope below. But in me haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. And so when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. I shot up like a rocket, till my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. Now the barrel broke me shoulder, as to the ground it sped, and when I reached the top I banged the pulley with me head. I clung on tightly, numb with shock from this almighty blow, and the barrel spilt out half the bricks some 14 floors below. Now when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor. I then outweighed the barrel and so started down once more. Still clinging tightly to the rope, me body racked with pain. And halfway down I met the bloody barrel once again. Now the force of this collision halfway down the office block caused multiple abrasions and a nasty state of shock. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I fell towards the ground, and I landed on the broken bricks the barrel had scattered round. I lay there groaning on the ground, I thought I'd passed the worst, but the barrel hit the pulley wheel and then the bottom burst. A shower of bricks rained down on me, I didn't have a hope. As I lay there bleeding on the ground, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel then grew heavier, it started down once more, and it landed right across me as I lay there on the floor. It broke 3 ribs and my left arm, and I can only say, I hope you'll understand why Murphy's not at work today.
He's the man on the $10 note. Have you read anything he wrote? Well, he dreamed his way through life, lost his home and lost his wife, wrote the truth just as it was. He's a rebel with a cause. And don't you think it's kind of funny, when he never had much money, now he represents the bank? And I wonder who he'd thank for making sure we all remember him this way. Henry Lawson, what would you say if you were here? Henry Lawson, these days your songs fall on deaf ears. Well, he spent his early life upon the road, and he wrote about the men he got to know. He loved the countryside he roamed, the road became his home, and the songs flowed from his pen about the good there is in men. And don't you think it's kind of funny, when he never had much money, now he represents the bank? And I wonder who he'd thank for making sure we all remember him this way. Henry Lawson, what would you say if you were here? Henry Lawson, these days your songs fall on deaf ears. Henry Lawson, what would you say if you were here? Henry Lawson, these days your songs fall on deaf ears. These days your songs fall on deaf ears, and I'm just sitting watching faces in the street. Andy's got a drove and he's on the wallaby.
There's a lake in South Australia, little lake with lovely light, and the story woven round it from the little baby's cave. Every night the native mothers croon this lovely lullaby, croon across the moonlit waters to the star up in the sky. Carabara, Wirragana, little star upon the little star, guide me through the hours of darkness, keep me safe until I wake. Little baby's heads are nodding, drowsy crooning fills the air. Little eyes at last are closing, and the boat of dreams is there. Guide my boat across the waters, cross the waters still and deep. Light me with your little candle, safely to the land of sleep. Carabara, Wirragana, little star upon the little star, guide me through the hours of darkness, keep me safe until I wake.
Foxtrots and Charlestons have had their day. Cha-chas and sambas are now passé. If you want to dance with circumstance and pomp, come on and try it, the Black Stump Stomp. We've all had a waltz with Matilda, and now we've got a new dance, we'll show you how. Come on and join us in this Aussie romp, doing the Black Stump Stomp.
Getting together on Saturday night, me and my honey doing it right. Stomping and moving, both dressed to kill. Band's got the rhythm, ooh, what a thrill. Everyone's happy out on the floor, enjoying the music, calling for more. I waited all week to hear that encore, doing the Black Stump Stomp. Two steps and three steps have had their day. Nobody's twisting, they gave it away. If you want to dance with circumstance and pomp, you've got to try it, the Black Stump Stomp. We've all had a waltz with Matilda, and now we've got a new dance, we'll show you how. Come on and join us in this Aussie romp,
doing the black stump stomp. Getting together on Saturday night,
Me and my honey doing it right.
stomping and moving, both dressed to kill. Band's got the rhythm, ooh, what a thrill. Everyone's happy out on the floor, enjoying the music, calling for more. Waited all week to hear that encore, doing the black stump stomp.
Down dusty roads at harvest time, through paddocks bright with ripened grain, we come rejoicing in your birth, O Lord. Gold of the grain and the sun, incense of rising dust, anointing sweat, our labor is our gift. Down dusty roads at harvest time, through paddocks bright with ripened grain, we come rejoicing in your birth, O Lord. Wise men, worldly wise, welcome in double joy, for harvest in and for your presence, Lord. Down dusty roads at harvest time, through paddocks bright with ripened grain, we come rejoicing in your birth, O Lord. We come rejoicing in your birth, O
Heading into town by the fire sign, up ahead 1 mile, mama naked child by the highway. Flash 4-wheel drive, only wanna ride to the other side, don't try and hide behind your window. I bet your weekly wage could pay my ransom and free me from this and fly-infested castle. And in the wake of those who've gone and left behind the blues, how many furlongs can we step in Johnny Walker's shoes? Blanket on the ground, lay your money down. It's a gambling town, you better watch out if you think you're winning. On a pension day when the old and grey ask what would I say in the gambling den of timing. A little less of the calm and with a bit more fusion. The Kinto's lost among the walking wounded. And in the wake of those who've gone, I left behind the blues. How many furlongs can we step in Johnny Walker's shoes? Johnny Walker shoes. 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 Johnny Walker shoes.
The broncs are dancing, lifting their feet like horses prancing. Up to the sun the woodlarks go wing, and in the dawnlight echoes their singing. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah to Christmas Day. Down where the tree ferns grow by the river, there where the waters sparkle and quiver, deep in the gullies bellbirds are chiming, softly and sweetly their lyric notes rhyming. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah to Christmas Day. once chant in wattle tree boughs. In the blue rain, just Lada keeps calling. Carols of bush birds rising and falling. Orada, orada, orada till Christmas Day. Orada, orada, orada till Christmas
Let's hear it for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. Let's hear it for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. Well, he's a butcher, a baker, a mover and a shaker, and a guy working down at the mill. He's a plumber, he's a preacher, he's a trucker, he's a teacher, a guy that keeps a paying the bill. And he's the fella that's the farmer and the barber on the corner, and nothing keeps a good man down. He can build it, he can back it, he can hook it, he can hack it. He's the hands that make the world go round. Let's hear it for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. Let's hear it for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. Let's hear it.
Driver, he's a driller, he's a miner, he's a miller. Ain't nothing that the man can't do. He can twist it, he can turn it, he can bang it, he can burn it, and make it look just like new. Dig!
We use him and abuse him, but if we ever lose him, there's gonna be hell to pay. Let's see a standing ovation for the strength of the nation. He's the power of Australia today. Let's hear it for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. Let's hear it for the working man. Everybody give the man a hand. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man. The only hero of this land. Let's hear it for the working man.
Say, have you been to Barradine? Seen the timber rich and green? Seen the cattle, sheep and wheat? After the rain it sure smells sweet. And around about is Cannybry, Wobbegar and Bugle Die, steeped in the colour of the bygone scene, a tripper's thrill is Barradine. The Pilliga scrub goes a long, long way from Narrabri to the Castlereagh, but its richest treasures can be seen at the timber mills near Barradine. And around about is Cannybry, Wobbegar and Bugle Die, steeped in the colour of the bygone scene, a tripper's thrill is Barradine. There's many a sleeper in a railroad track can trace its footsteps way, way back to a proud stout ironbark, tall and green, whose stump still stands near Barradine. And around about is Cannybry, Wobbegar and Bugle Die, steeped in the colour of the bygone scene, a tripper's thrill is Barradine.
As you travel through this land so fair, feel the freedom, breathe the air. Just pause a while in the friendly scene, you'll find that it's at Barradine. And around about is Cannybrai, Wobbegar and Bugle Die, steeped in the colour of the bygone scene, a tripper's thrill is Barradine. The friendliness of the north and west is a well-known fact, but of all the rest, the kindest folk I've ever seen live out west at Barradine. And around about is Cannybrai, Wobbegar and Bugle Die, steeped in the colour of the bygone scene, a tripper's thrill is Barradine.
One, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm your average Aussie bloke who likes his drop of fun. And in me time I've played most sports, I'd say I've had me run. So when me working hours are through, the place I love to be is out there on the golf course, standing on the tee. You'd say it must be paradise to be without a care, just strolling down the fairway in the beautiful fresh air. But sadly there's a handicap designed to change my ways. It's called an angry housewife who oh so sweetly says,
where do you think you're going to, you sneaky little rat? To see your mates and have some fun, I'll put a stop to that. Don't tell me it's just practice, cause that's a load of crap. Just get out there and mow those lawns and fix that broken tap. Take the kids up to the park and give the dogs a run. Sweep the leaves and clean the pool, and when you get that done, go wash and vacuum both the cars and fix that blocked up drain.
that's my wife's favourite lyric.
Not bloody golf again.
Not bloody golf again. You're driving me insane. Loud so the world can hear.
Not bloody golf again.
You just hit me on there with a golf ball.
Next time I'll use a 2-iron.
No matter how you state your case, you never can explain the joy of hitting little balls while walking in the rain, or chipping from a bunker and getting down in pars, or walking through a blinding gale and putting neath the stars. So I keep making promises to keep the hounds at bay, and try to do the things she asks so I can get away. I even take her shopping and buy her pretty things, but the moment that I touch those clubs, the same old chorus rings. Not bloody golf again, our love life's down the drain. Loud so the world can hear.
Not bloody golf again.
Harry got a new set of clubs for his missus.
I'd like to make a swap like that.
Before I end me little tale, I've something to relate. I got me wife to take up golf and everything looked great, but now she's playing every day, no time to cook our meals. I have to bring home takeaways, imagine how it feels. She's bought a brand new set of clubs and all the latest gear. She even got a buggy just to get from there to here. I'm working day and night now, there's no time left for play. I guess it serves me bloody right, now I'm the one to say, where do you think you're going to, you sneaky little tart? It's the 7th time you played this week, you'll break me flaming heart. Don't say you need the practice, I've heard it all before. You've gone out with your girlfriends to play electric chore. Now I took the kids up to the park and I gave the dogs a run, and I swept the leaves and did the pool, and when I got that done, I washed and vacuumed both the cars and fixed the blocked up drain. Now I'm the one who's saying it, not bloody golf again. Not bloody golf again, you're driving me insane. Loud so the world can hear, not bloody golf again.
You'll drive me crazy.
That's not a drive, love, it's a short putt.
the year turns again, bringing honey, sweet memories of salvation, Jane, taking me over for better or worse. My wildest of flowers, my Patterson's curse. On my side of the mountains, a man can see for miles, and I looked for a future in the depths of her smiles. But she was like a season that blew through my heart, rolling away from me right from the start. It looks different, and it looks just the same. In town the roses are blooming again. I drive these same roads, 2 wheels in the dirt, safe as I ever was from her kind of hurt. But do you where you walk as artists and poets linger to talk, to jacaranda blossoms ever blur in your eyes, turn to fields of wildflowers and white evening sky. Salvation, Jane, taking me over for better or worse. My wildest of flowers, my Patterson's curse.
The apple of the Spaniard's eye, the toast of Barcelona. Packed aboard a convict ship, feasting all alone. Treated like a piece of meat, your illusions they could shatter. Like Arthur handed on to you, it didn't matter. Marino, Marino, te quiero, Marino, 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 bonito Marino. Elizabeth did all the work while he and his mates got plastered. A lousy gringo on the land, he's just a rotten bastard. Whether you believe this tale, with which I will regale ya, a sheep's life was not much chop in the old days in Australia. Marino, Marino, te quiero, Marino, 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 bonito Marino.
till now, failed up from week to week. Actor born an Arab scout, he's not too bloody chic. We're a nation built on Anzac tales and feet so fit to trumper. Near and far in every bar, let's praise the woolly jumper. Marino, Marino, te quiero, Marino, 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 bonito, Marino, 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 te quiero, Marino, 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 bonito, Marino.
Marino, I just shot a sheep called
Marino, Marino, te quiero, Marino, 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 bonito, Marino.
Some folk sprays me, some folk baits me. I'm a cockroach, everybody hates me. Underneath the fridge where it's dark and gloomy, I've got a house that's warm and roomy, chock full of spiders, crumbs and dust, the odd dead fly and the odd dry crust. Skin of a banana and a greasy spoon, there's enough food here to last till June. Every now and then, though, just for a lark, I take a little stroll in the night when it's dark, race along the carpet, scuttling along, hoping that I don't get whacked by a thong, underneath the stove and in through a chink where the plaster's missing at the bottom of the sink. In the cupboards of the kitchen I have friends in dozens, aunties and uncles, in-laws, cousins, some of them American, some of them are German, some of them are Aussies, and we're all called vermin. One smells sugar and sets off to track it, another eats a hole in the cornflake packet, someone left the lid off the biscuit tin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 climb in. I can't believe it, it's the meal of my dreams, chocolate Monties and custard creams. But night's nearly over now, it's almost dawn. Back to the fridge again, stifling a yawn. Sleep all day and watch and wait, give a wide berth to the cockroach bait. We're all survivors, flourishing still in spite of flick and rent-a-kill. Spray us with Mortine, Peebo, Bagon. We'll go for a while, but we're not going to stay gone. You're the ones feeding us, giving us a home, making us immortal in the lines of this poem. Francis of Assisi would have called us his brothers, with the birds and the bees and the trees and the others. Noah let 2 of us into the ark. There were 14,000 when we came to disembark. Remember these words, you've heard them before, but it won't do any harm if you hear them once more. Love all creatures, great and small. That includes the cockroach, most of all. And clean out your drawers and your cupboards and such, and me and my mates won't bother you much.
for all of it.